The name of this video is misleading. This is just because I didn't know what else to call it, not because I wanted to mislead you on purpose. What I'm actually doing is using a unique weapon, once again by Tamar, known as the Shield of Liberty. This shield can be obtained by wearing the Patriot uniform, which takes its main inspiration from Homelander, thus the name of the video. By the way, I'm not super familiar with The Boys. I actually hadn't watched it at all until I started working on this, so forgive me for not having any relevant references primed and ready. With that out of the way, I start my life the same way all women do, as a The Boys 2019. My beautiful lightweight leather armor can't be worn this time, so that and all of my other stuff is sold to Chet for stims. Gone but never forgotten. The Patriot uniform and its attached shield must be purchased from a special clothing vendor in Freeside named Roxy. I'm sure you know how to get up there quickly by now. Walk up Black Mountain, pass through the Valley of Bear Traps, and walk the rest of the way to Freeside unscathed. So I get there, and I talk to Roxy, and she doesn't have it, but it turns out she does. I just need to use a special hidden dialogue option to see it. Genuinely why? Oh cool, it's 4,000 caps, god fucking damn it. I steal and sell some of her armor for the inconvenience. I was hoping to not have to do this again, but I go grab a few snow globes and rush past the monorail guards to get onto the strip. With the 4,000 caps I get from Jane, I return to Roxy and buy my super suit. A quick note is that the shield doesn't exist by default. You have to type in a command to get it. This is because Tamar describes it as not practical and intended as a prop. Ha! Wait until they meet me. Oh wow, Tamar wasn't lying. This is pretty impractical and blocks everything. Okay, I tested out on Black Mountain. In spite of Tamar's words, this thing is actually not bad at all. In addition to doing around 20 damage currently, it also has a chance of knocking enemies down, which lets me stunlock them to death consistently. I expected much worse. You know, there's a joke that I could make where I correlate FEV and compound V. That was it. That was the joke. You think I have the budget for a punchline? At the top of the mountain, I break into Tabitha's room and defeat her and all her super villainness. And I free Raoul from his cage. Hey, maybe I saved him, but he's the real hero, because saving him made me level up 4 times. I go back to McCarran, where I investigate the intelligence leaks. It took me about 3 minutes to do so. You would think that our country's great military could handle a 3-minute job, but no, so that's why they have me. I also tried interrogating a prisoner, but he was far too weak to handle my shield, and Boyd was pissed. After all the times I've saved the NCR, I kill one prisoner of war and suddenly it's all, "What have you done for me lately?" Okay, I go back to the strip. Last time I was here, there was something I was strategically avoiding showing you. Yeah, it's this guy. This massive Securitron was uploaded to Nexus the day before I started recording this, and I wanted to try my hand at it during this. And I did. And gotta say, I'm a little underwhelmed. Hey, ever notice how everybody's always either underwhelmed or overwhelmed? Why isn't anyone ever just whelmed? Never mind. I expected an actual fight, but this poor fucker's so big that he can't even look down far enough to shoot me, while I keep bashing away at his treads. Killing him fails House's quests though, so after I kill him I load back because I don't want to make commitments yet. While here, I talk to Dazzle on behalf of Boyd to track down White. When I go to the sharecropper farms to talk to Trent, my main man NCR operator shows up, and I, in the spur of the moment, decide to follow him back for once. I just wanted to know where he runs off to after giving me the radio. He always seems like he's in such a hurry. I don't have to follow him very far because all he does is run to McCarran then disappears. Okay, that's all I needed to know. Back to White. I track him down to West Side where I kill the terrorists, not super terrorists, Dermot and St. James. Then I kill Anderson too. I mean, he's the bad guy here. When I report his death to Boyd, I level up and take Super Slam. I don't know how it stacks with the shield's innate knockdown ability, if at all. Maybe it does nothing. Who knows? Not me. But I go to the Thorn to fight in the arena. Just a few mantises. Mantis-eye? A little beneath my level, but it's for a good cause. Also, I agree to find eggs for her. Not so I can fuck her, okay? She's not my type. But I delve into Vault 22 to stomp on some bugs, whack some weeds, and grab some eggs. Then I do the same with scorpion eggs. Yuck! And fire geckos, which, by the way, why can these fuckers breathe fire and do absurd amounts of melee damage? I'm not mad about it because I'm bad. Okay, no, I actually am. Fuck these guys. Night Stalkers aren't pushovers either, although this is because I charged into a crowd of like 10 of them. My supply of Compound V, that being Med-X and Psycho, was the only reason they didn't turn me into lunch. They were nothing compared to the Cazadors, though. My shield doesn't really do a good job at stopping stings, so while it could eventually bring them down, it was only after I had more venom in my body than actual blood. I killed them all once, then died from venom due to being out of stims and anti-venom. It took a few tries before I was able to power through all of the stings, destroy the colony, and guzzle my singular vial of anti-venom. I get my ass repeatedly handed to me by the Deathclaws, though, even after a resupply of stims. I decide that going full frontal isn't an option, but I have a new plan, inspired by a particular member of my team. The one who had the bomb shoved up its, you know. But unlike him, I don't have innate transparency, I have innate something else. So I give all of my caps to a guy selling me tumbleweeds, then murder him and steal them back, as well as the stealth boy he was carrying. I also learned from challenge progression that the shield isn't a melee weapon. It's unarmed. I'm so fucking stupid. I put so many points into melee. Anyway, I go to RepCon as well, because I want more than one stealth boy to fall back on, just in case. Some of the mutant bodies have them. Then I talk to Jason Bright and kill him when he hands me the key. That's probably more of a Stormfront move than a Homelander move, but that's okay. I hoped that some of the Nightkin in the basement would have more stealth boys, but none of the ones I find do. Still, 4 should be more than enough. I used 3 of them to sneak into the quarry and past the Deathclaws. For the most part, it's fine. I get to around the nest undetected. With the Queen or all of her children or whoever see through my translucency and kill me to death a good 10 times or so. Eventually, she walks far enough away for me to drop down onto the nest, take her eggs, and start making my leave. On the way out, I get detected, so I huff some turbo and book it up one of the conveyor belts. Then jump off and use my last stealth boy to disappear into the night. Then I deliver the last of the eggs to Lucy. Hey, would you believe me if I told you that, in all of my time playing this game, I've never used Dinner Bell? What about if I told you that I've also never used All-American? Never. Really, never. I mean it. Like, I've picked it up before, of course, but I've never used it. Maybe I'll change that someday, I don't know. What I do use is the emergency radio, foolishly believing that maybe NCR operator would drop off something good for me. No. But it's now that I realize that the shield being unarmed means that I'd be able to use special unarmed moves with it. So I go to Novak and check out Ranger Station Charlie for Ranger Andy. Then I have him teach me the Ranger Takedown. For one of the others, I go to the Ultralux. Mortimer is wearing something that I need, so I sneak up behind him, bash his fucking skull in, and take his tuxedo. Then I do the same exact thing to Marjorie. Nobody saw me do it either, so I walk out like it never happened. They never suspect the Homelander. I take the formal wear to Veronica at the 188, and she teaches me to counter like a scribe. Then I tell her to kick dust and go away. For the next one, I need to go to the fort, so I go talk to Benny at the Tops. We agree to meet in the presidential, but he's a fink, so he sends people to kill me instead. I knock them all to the ground as they exit the elevator, easily slaughtering them all, and then I get invited to the fort. I go there and meet the big man himself. This fucking guy is an affront to everything American, but I bite my star-spangled tongue for a minute. Lucius teaches me the Legion Praetorian unarmed technique. Then I start using it on everyone in Caesar's tent. Caesar himself lived all of 10 seconds, drowned in his own blood. Trying to get me on his side was his greatest failure. I leave Benny where he is for now, cause I've got plans for him. In the meantime, I continue to cut down the Legion in the fort. Then I enter the weather station. I haven't really fully settled on whether I'll side with House or NCR yet. I don't want to go with Yes Man. I've done that too many times in a row now. I don't want to backtrack back here in case I decide on House, so I upgrade the Securitrons for him, before then continuing to wipe out all the Legionnaires in the first half of the camp. Now, as for what I had in mind for Benny... Friendship. Friendship? What? Not a very Homelander move, but like I said earlier, the name was a misnomer anyway. Without having yet decided who I'll side with, I go to House and give him the chip. I don't play games on my phone though. I made the mistake of thinking I wasn't going to record that day, so I already exhausted all of my potential phone game playing. Both House and Crocker send me to talk to the boomers. I figure it wouldn't hurt for me to go with both of them until I make my choice. So I crossed the artillery range, and for once, I want to complete Young Hearts. You know, in a video, because I haven't before. I mean, I did most of it one time, but intentionally let Janet die. We don't talk about that video, because it's bad. I'm not even going to tell you which one it is. Last time I told you fuckers not to watch a specific video, a few of you did anyway. My speech is too low to actually do it this time, so just put a pin in that. For now, I killed the ants in the generator room. You know, it's nice using a weapon that doesn't assure our mutual destruction in here for once. Then, the old reliable of healing patience finishes it off. So now I can talk to Pearl about Janet, then Jack about Janet, then Janet about Jack, then Jack about Janet, and BAM! Another one in the bag. Okay, quick break. Remember the giant Securitron I killed? The mod creator uploaded an even bigger one while I was recording this video. And after some slight mishaps, I want to scrap this one too. I unfortunately did not end up being able to kill it. This one can melee attack me, unlike the last one, so it kept one-hitting me. Oh, you win this time, you fuck. Okay, back to the boomers. I entirely forgot to grab the pressure cooker for Jack, so I decided to say screw it and go without it. Hey, speaking of the water, I wanted to mention something. Like I said, I started watching the show in preparation for this video, and you know that scene after the Deep is off the team? Where he brings a woman home and she violates him? Okay, what the fuck was that? Why the hell was she sticking her hands up in his gills and stuff? Ugh, watching that genuinely made me gag. I swear, this show, like at least up to season 2 where I currently am, it's like 65% really interesting story and 35% of the most depraved, disgusting, heinous shit I've watched in my life. I deliver the plane and turn in the quest for both Crocker and House. Crocker sends me to talk to the king about ending the violence in Freeside. But I get there, and the disrespectful little shit addresses me as a stranger. Stranger? I'm the fucking Homelander. How about you eat my goddamn shield, asshole? Oh no. As for the Omertas, I just don't like them. I'm doing America a favor by erasing them. Crocker isn't exactly happy with my performance, but okay, look, I don't want innocent people to die, but the bad guys just don't think like we do. Speaking of bad guys, before talking to the Colonel, I head to Red Rock. I know there's a 4th special unarmed move to be earned from here, but I lack the science to teach Jack recipes. So anyway, I started bashing. I just wiped out the entire campsite. These guys are terrorists, after all. I over-prepare for the fight in the Longhouse with a Medics and Psycho. I thought they would stand a chance, like, at all, but most of them were sitting down, actually, so, you know, sucks to be them. Now I pay Torres a visit in the Lucky 38 presidential suite. Notice how she is here, and not over in Hidden Valley. That's irrelevant because I'm gonna destroy the rest of the Brotherhood. I don't let them take my stuff away, because my armor has been broken for like 90% of the run, and I need to wear it in order to use the shield, so not an option. Going and fighting is the only choice I have. It doesn't go as bad as I expected either. I mean, I die a few times, but not as much as I thought I would. Once all the card holders are down, I cap off the killing by blowing up the bunker and all of the remnants inside. I have to do this because technically Torres is still alive. Oh, and if you think one less person being here is like cheating or whatever, shut up, you nerd. I report some of this stuff to Moore, but she sends me after House now, and I'm second guessing my loyalties. I make a final stance on not killing him, and instead turn in a few of his quests, cutting off the NCR ending. This kinda pisses them off a little, so I catch word that there's a protest at Hoover Dam. Okay, look, I know that people are a little upset that I'm working with Mr. House, but I just want you to know that I understand. I'm upset too. I mean, come on, guys. I don't believe in House's ideology, of course not. But that... What I'm saying is... Ah, fuck it. Okay, maybe that was an overreaction. Mr. House really doesn't appreciate that I killed the crowd, but he wasn't there. They started it. They kept calling me names. Like Captain America. I'm the fucking Homelander. I'm not plugging his override chip at the substation, and it's time for us to take Hoover Dam. For America. Before you even think it, I know. It would have been totally thematic for me to reunite the remnants. You know, America and stuff. Plus like 5 of them, an arcade, and me, that makes 7. Like the 7. but I only like calling the Funky Bunch out of retirement when I'm really not confident that a weapon will get me to the end. I'm extremely confident in this one, because it absolutely swept the tide of both NCR and Legion. You know, I really need to go back to using weapons that make me want to use them on myself instead of enemies. We've had way too many clean sweeps in a row. I mean, actually, technically, Tamer's charged playing cards did make me want to use them on myself, but I couldn't, because I couldn't fucking find any. I don't even let the legate say anything. I run at him swinging my shield and knock him to the ground. Just like he's done many times to me, I stunlock him to death as he lays on the ground. Oliver doesn't give in to House's terms of surrender, but the paper specifies or highest ranking survivor, so we figure we'll take our chances on whoever's left and kill the general. I talk to House, get applauded for saving America, and beat Fallout New Vegas as Homelander. It's sort of. Like I said, it's really just named this for the sake of convenience. Oh, and remember, you guys are the real
Yummers.